Hi guys, welcome back to my new video. Today I will show you how to draw a comic page from start to finish. Well, to better say how I draw a comic page from start to finish. And this is just one of the various methods that I use because I switched to traditional and digital. I just whatever comes to my mind. I have different workflows depending on if I decide to do the thing traditionally or with my computer. Anyways, first thing I do is to try to envision how I want a page to be. This means that I try to write a clear script to follow, or if one idea just pops into my mind, I try to place it on paper. I already had an idea on how the page would end up, so my composition was already set in my mind. But if that doesn't work for you, you can always move or resize panels. You can do different grids, different page setups. Just do whatever makes you feel more comfortable, and don't be afraid to redraw the page. Especially at the early stages, you can do pretty much everything. Just relax. Try to keep in mind which panel you want to have more space and why. Once you've determined the panel arrangement, I personally tend to sketch a rough perspective grid for each panel. Well, at least in the panels with the background. Then I proceed to roughly place the characters, and nothing is definitive at this point. You will see me moving and resizing things a lot. I've even redrawn a panel entirely because I wasn't satisfied with it. And yeah, that's another thing. If you can, try to always show your work in progress to friends, like pages or even the scripts. Like, make your friends proofread yourself because they can give you really great feedbacks. That's the word. They can give you great feedbacks, and it's easier for you to fix mistakes as you go than wait for the thing to be completely done. Because trust me, when the thing is completely done, your will to correct thing will will be close to zero. Well, if you have to do it, you do it, but if you can avoid it, you will. So make your people try to spot out errors that you can fix before it's too late. Anyway, I showed this page to a friend of mine, and she suggested for me to slightly change the perspective of the first panel, and I did. And I think the page looks a lot better now. Of course, it's not perfect, but it looks way better. What else? What else? As you can see, I'm using Manga Studio, which is a life-saving for comic making to me because it has lots of useful features, and the line quality got it so much better than Photoshop. The stabilizer is heavenly. It's really, I have no words to describe that. It's an amazing program. I did the paneling with one of its tools. It's like the paneling tools, which creates a box, which is your main grid basically, and it allows you to split each panel into a subfolder, and it acts like some sort of mask so that you can draw whatever you want into your desired panels, and whatever you're drawing, it's not going to affect the other layers. Trust me, it's life-saving. Life-saving. Totally. Anyway, I tend to be rougher at this stage because I'm easily bored, so I prefer to add definition directly in ink. But this is how I work because I feel confident about my inking skills, and anyways, I prefer messing up and correcting the thing instead of redoing the same thing precisely. Because when you are working with a clean pencil, or if you're working in a team, if you're working in a team, you must provide the cleanest and most precise line art you can. Because the one person who's going to ink your stuff should know where you want the thickness of the line to be. So you have to to make the drawing clear and precise, and you have to try to define where you want the line thickness to be. So this is called like pre-ink or clean up, and it's really time consuming. And when I work with when I do clean ups, I usually don't ink. I just go on and use the pencil work because to me it's the same, but to others makes difference. Plus, I really like the pencil feeling, so that could be one of the reasons why I like the clean up. Like you are doing just one step, not two steps that are the same, but it's just personal preference. Like with this page, I did a rough layer and then I directly inked, but other times I do a sort of rough layers and just do a cleanup, which is the same but with a pencil. And yeah, that's so I think about the pencil work. And that is what worked for me. But if you feel more confident with a more precise pencil work, just go ahead. Just define as much as you want as you can. And if you are not confident about something you've drawn while you are inking, you just don't feel like what you have drawn in pencil should be not be changed. You can always change things as you go if you feel more comfortable with it. If you don't think the hand works anymore once you've started inking, just erase it and redraw it. If you don't like a panel, just erase it and redraw it. This is all. You have to fight with yourself. Just have to be your own most harsh critique. You are probably seeing me flipping the canvas a lot, and that's because it is easier to spot mistakes if you are changing your perspective of the picture. Like, you can flip your page and just place it on a light source, and it's the same thing. If you're working traditionally, it's the same. Or you can just turn it upside down. It's the same effect. You will instantly notice what's wrong with the picture, and you can therefore correct it. Also, when you are creating panels, try to keep in mind that you have to place speech bubbles somewhere. Try to keep in mind where the speech bubbles should be placed and where to place the characters, like in which order, based on who speaks first. This is not something you should follow, but it's something that maybe you could follow, and it would be really nice if you do. Because if you make like the speech bubbles cross, they are not as easily readable. So try to have a sort of a clear readings placing the speech bubbles. Also, if you have one huge panel and a small panel, try not to fill the small panel with tons of text. Try to spread your text as much as you can, because if you have a huge text bubble, speech bubble, it would be harder to read than a comic that has, say, 5 speech bubbles and say the same thing. Also, if you are planning on placing a lot of text in a panel. Try to make the panel bigger so that you will have room for the text. Do not fill everything with just characters or with details that you want to show, because the text has to be somewhere. So if you are covering all of the panels with everything that you want to show, you won't have anywhere to place your text on, because you wouldn't know where what to cover, because you would be too attached to every detail you've placed around. And you might think I'm doing the same thing because I'm defining the girls room with a lot of details, but that's just because I don't know where exactly I'm going to place the speech bubble first. And second, I'm not attached to those things. I'm just placing them here because they are backgrounds. But what I don't want to be covered is the bottom parts, because I want them to be visible. I want the little girl floating to be visible, but I don't care if I cover, say, the armoire or the shelves. I don't care. Just draw them. I wouldn't suggest you to not draw something or destroy it like shitty, but don't be too attached to what you do, because first you might have to change it in order for the narration or the page to look better, and second, you are going to place text somewhere anyway, so you have to decide where to place your focal point, and subsequently you will know where to put less effort. And I'm saying less effort, not lack of. You can be smart and avoid certain situations, or not do overworked pages, but you need to be consistent in what you're doing, in what you're drawing, and how you're drawing. So if you can do that and ease up your work, go on. Just try to do the better job you can. Try to finish what you started, and try to enjoy making comics, because it will show if you don't. So I guess we are almost there. We are some minutes to the end of this little video, and I wanted to apologize for not being on YouTube lately, but I had lots of stuff to do. I had to build up new portfolios and work on paid work, so I haven't been really able to film anything lately. I do have to say that I have a couple of speed painting slash time lapse on my hard drive, but I haven't had the time to do anything lately. So this is well, I wanted to actually write something and make this video something worth watching. I don't really feel like I succeeded, but just let me know in the comments down below if you feel like it, if you want to chit chat with me, if you are agreeing with what I said, if I helped you, if I did not help you, if you think I messed up something big time, just let me know. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe, and or well, you don't have to be new to do that, but if you want, you can thumbs up this video if you liked it, of course. And if you can, please don't make me feel all alone. Just I want to kind of build up a sort of a small community and feel less alone here on YouTube, which is still new for me, and I don't know if people are watching or appreciating what I do. I don't know if I'm moving in the right direction, so just let me know what you think about this video or what I'm doing, like, in general. Anyways, I don't know what to say anymore, except for, oh yeah, I really like the poster with the space girl and the octopus, because I'm weird like that. And I figured that little girl would be some sort of nerdy, fun girl with both like DC comics and manga stuff. So yeah, okay, now the video is seriously finished, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!